Hi, Robin Shooter joining you again for day 4 of my fast update. So, uh, last night sleep didn't go quite so well. I slept well at first and then woke up somewhere around 4 a.m. just absolutely wide awake. This is the sort of thing that back when I was working at Hope was and part of my job there did involve supervising fasts. Guests would complain that they just couldn't sleep at night. So I know what that feels like now. It was like I had several naps during the day yesterday, so I think all in all I probably still got the right number of hours of sleep per day. It's just that really wasn't happening early hours of the morning. I had quite a full day with clients today, and so that was a little challenging. The last 2 days of the fast I've been taking it very, very easy, and today having to sort of concentrate and be on the ball and be very present with people. Had some, I suppose, fairly intense counselling sessions today, and so that left me feeling pretty drained. I had a bit of a nap when I finished work, but feeling good now and feeling like I kind of want to push through and maintain the fast until tomorrow. I might break it in the morning, might break it in the afternoon. I'm going to see how I go. I'm also doing a presentation tomorrow morning, a nutrition presentation. So that, depending on how I feel in the morning, I might just go ahead and have my post-fast broth, my vegetable broth that Dr. Clapper recommended. And in the meantime, just drinking plenty of water. Lost another kilo, so I'm down to 54, which it's the lowest I've been in a long time, but still, feeling good. And energy level is reasonably high, all things considered. So it's been another interesting day in terms of my responses to food. One of my clients walked in holding a falafel roll because it was lunchtime and she hadn't eaten, and so she kind of was having a bit of a munch in my office, and I was sort of looking at her, looking at the food and thinking, I don't know, I'm not really strongly attracted to it. I think under normal circumstances it probably would have made me hungry, but that's the interesting thing about being in ketosis. It is a natural appetite suppressant. I should note that when people go on ketogenic diets, so really high-fat, carb-restricted diets that put their bodies into ketosis, that's really what facilitates the weight loss of the ketogenic diet. The problem is that if you continue to eat while you're in that ketogenic state, the acid production that happens when you're in ketogenesis is far more damaging than when you are in ketosis in the fasted state. So, yeah, ketogenic diets work to achieve weight loss in the short term, but they really undermine health, and they put people's bodies into a fairly dangerous state of metabolic acidosis. Definitely not a thing to do long term. I guess that's the thing about being in ketosis. It is, to the best of our understanding, an evolutionarily adapted state. So, our ancient ancestors presumably had to go without food for considerable periods of time. And so, we adapted, we developed this state of ketosis, which is an adaptation that, as I understand it, other primates don't have. So chimpanzees, for instance, can't fast. They can't go into ketosis, but humans can. So once we kind of moved out of those more tropical areas where the food supply was abundant and fairly consistent, and started going more into savanna areas where the food supply was sort of up and down, in order to survive food shortages, we had to evolve the capacity to fast. The thing is, though, that state of ketosis is not meant to be remained in for long periods of time. So when you hear the ketogenic diet advocates bang on about how wonderful ketosis is and you want to be in that state every day, yeah, that's not what we're adapted for. Short periods of time, like, I'll probably spend a total of, I guess, maybe 3 days in ketosis, considering that you don't go into ketosis for the first day or two of the fast. That's probably about as long as I would want to go. I understand, obviously for people who've got really chronic health conditions, they're going to be fasting for longer periods of time, which can only be done under supervision, by the way. I mean, 3 days is what's recommended for healthy people at home with no supervision who aren't taking any medications. Maximum of 5 days if you're in really, really good shape and don't have any health concerns. Longer than that, you need medical supervision. You need to go to a place like True North Health Centre in California to do that kind of fast. And hopefully we will eventually have a dedicated fasting centre in Australia to facilitate longer fasts here as well. So that's really all I've got to say today. Oh, as for my surgical wound, I've really had no pain at all today. Slight stinging sensation is all. And my leg's still a little bit, difficult to move around because it's still bandaged up. But the bandages come off tomorrow, and then there's a dressing that will stay on for a while. So I'm going to be quite interested when I go for my follow-up with the surgeon and have him check out the wound healing, just how that compares to what he's used to among his patient population. So I'll give you an update after I see the surgeon in it was 2 weeks from the surgery, so a couple of weeks from now. Okay, I will check in tomorrow when I will be breaking my fast at some time and let you know how that went. Bye for now.